the sad reality. Dear ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to your favorite YouTube channel and your favorite political analysis segment, The Big Point. I trust you're all well from wherever you're watching us. And I'm in Mombasa. This is a county where I'll be casting my vote in, and I'll be voting for my favorite presidential candidate. I hope you also have your own preference. So today, I think a good reason why we should do some analysis on Musalia Mudavadi, especially the current tribulations, and especially a tweet that Musalia Mudavadi posted on his Twitter handle. Now, Mudavadi posted a tweet, and I would like to read this tweet for you before we delve deep into the analysis on Mudavadi. And dear ladies and gentlemen, allow me to read for you what Mudavadi posted. And this is what Mudavadi said. What do you call it when the people in charge of internal security plead ignorance on happenings that are of great significance to the national security? Now, dear ladies and gentlemen, the problem is not what Mudavadi posted, but the problem is what the respondents said as far as the Twitter, the quote is concerned. Now, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to welcome you again to your favorite channel. And perhaps if you're viewing our channel for the first time, please take a moment and subscribe. You can hit the notification bell. You can as well give us a comment below there. Now, the tweet that Mudavadi posted got shocking and demoralizing feedback, with many respondents reminding Mudavadi that he is a bad omen. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you understand by the word bad omen. Mudavadi has previously been supporting the camp that will not win. In 2002, when Uhuru KENYATTA vied against Mwai Kibaki and Raila was on the Mwai Kibaki's camp, Musalia Mudavadi stuck with the Uhuru's camp that lost. Well, in 2007, 2013, you know what happened, and history is available there. But this time round, when there were almost all indications that the presidency would go to Raila Amollo Odinga, again, Mudavadi decided to take the opposing side. And this has indeed costed his party, and the numerous defections that have rocked the party. We discussed about this in our previous analysis. I hope you can always make a reference to it. Like we always say that we keep stock of all those, happenings so that you can always relate to them in future. So now Mudavadi decided to stick to William Samoei Ruto. Now again, many people believe that this was another blunder that Mudavadi caused, and apparently Mudavadi did not know that he was blundering until that time when he had to tour Vihiga County, his actually home county, and rally his people not to vote for UDA candidates. That was a bit shocking because we understand that Kenya Kwanza is an umbrella of many parties. Little did Mudavadi know that when he decided to decamp to Kenya Kwanza, he forfeited his leadership position within the Luhya community, and perhaps that's the reason why he was denied the kingpin position. And the people also saw to it that Mudavadi is a weakling, so they decided to now go the way Malala was actually campaigning for Ruto. So people decided to embrace UDA wholly with all the candidates in that place. So ladies and gentlemen, one Twitter account told Mudavadi that he is always a source of makasiriko and that he has never been on the winning side. There were so many Twitter respondents, and ladies and gentlemen, allow me to take you through some of these responses so that you can at least build a notion of what I'm about to put as an analysis for this session. Now, ladies and gentlemen, well, soon after Mudavadi posted that tweet, there were respondents, and in particular, there is a Twitter account by the name Elizabeth Mutiso, and this is what Elizabeth Mutiso said. Pole Mudavadi, this is the move, this is the next move you have blundered. Next time, please ask votes, not your stomach. I think what the Twitter handler is trying to tell Mudavadi is that next time, put your people ahead of your stomach. That you should not put your stomach. What she's merely trying to tell us is that it could be that Mudavadi was paid. So he put his own personal interests ahead of the Western Bloc. So perhaps the reason why he is now crying foul over this. Okay, then there was another Twitter handle by the name Nelson Kabando. This is what Nelson had to say. You must be the bad omen because you are always on the crying side. 2027, make the right move. For now, keep crying and waking up every morning to face the media with press briefings. I think we have seen Mudavadi's latest game plan, whereby he normally makes a lot of appearances on the press briefings, and perhaps, like we said in our previous analysis, Ruto has been using Mudavadi to attack Uhuru KENYATTA directly through the press briefings. So Ruto used Mudavadi as a tool to attack the president of the Republic of Kenya, because Ruto sees it that if he goes directly on Uhuru's neck, then some people within Mount Kenya might decide not to vote for him. So perhaps he decided to now use Mudavadi to convey his messages. Now, there's the respondents continued, and there was another respondent by the name Jorin Wahore. This is what Jorin said, and it's tumbo ni kitu mbaya sana. Yani, you have been reduced to Ruto's PA. 2027, you'll be seeking an MCA seat. Now, then there was John Baraza. I believe John Baraza. This is what John Baraza said. Omame, you have no numbers even in your own backyard, and stop yapping. I think that relates to what we talked about regarding Vihiga County, when Mudavadi had to go directly and talk to his people not to vote UDA. It is pretty confusing. As opposed to Azimio One Kenya Alliance that will be on the ballot, Kenya Kwanza will not be on the ballot. The only thing that will be on the ballot is UDA. UDA for flag bearer, UDA for deputy flag bearer. That party UDA is what is going to be on the ballot. So we've been trying to imagine, how is Mudavadi campaigning? Is Mudavadi telling the people not to vote to UDA, vote for ANC? But then what about now talking about the presidential candidate? Okay, we know the case of Azimio One Kenya Alliance is a bit easy because they're all talking one language, Azimio. But in Kenya Kwanza, those parties are still independent, and there is no presidential candidate under Kenya Kwanza. The presidential candidate will be under UDA. So perhaps that's the reason why Mudavadi is still, I think that explains the reason why he has been feeling like demoralized. It's like he made a wrong move. It's like a move he shouldn't have made, because not the realization that he's supposed to provide the 70% of votes for him to become a chief minister is close to impossible. Now, let us continue with our respondents to the tweet that Mudavadi posted in his Twitter handle. So there were other responses, like, for example, so there is someone by the name Seth Ofula, the Twitter handle by the name Seth Ofula. This is what Seth said. I may be minor, but let me tell you the truth. Your political career was doomed the way ulijifanya una join Ruto, only to be told that you have to deliver 70% of Luhya votes to UDA, which you can't even manage 70%. I think, allow me to take you through a brief history. There's a time when I think when Musalia Mudavadi vied against Raila Amollo Odinga in a presidential contest, where Musalia Mudavadi was beaten thoroughly in his own backyard. So this Twitter handler is trying to remind Mudavadi about the previous contest, and that is the only contest, that is the only time that Mudavadi vied for the presidency, and he has not made a single attempt again, because I think he realized that he didn't have the numbers to beat Raila Amollo Odinga not even become the number two position. So perhaps he has not given it a try. So going forward, he has only been threatening that he will vie for the presidency again. The same to Wetangula. Now Wetangula's case is a bit different because he has never vied for presidency. He's always threatening that he will vie, but he's never vied. I think it's important that one day, even 2027, that Moses Wetangula vies for the president so that we can see his numbers. Because at the moment we are not aware about his numbers. We don't know the support. We don't even know the stronghold that he has. What we do know is that he is struggling to retain his senatorial position right now. So let us continue. Yeah, there is another Twitter handle by the name KENYATTA11. Sasa, looking forward to your portfolio as usual, earlier 2017. You know, we want to urge, it's actually, I think the Twitter handle is trying to post a statement that Musalia Mudavadi said previously, and this is what he said. We want to urge our supporters across the country to remain calm as we prepare for evidence to head to court. The election was mad. I think this is an edited script. We don't want to go to that part, but because it's an edited script. So, dear ladies and gentlemen, the biggest loser in this election 2022 will be Musalia Mudavadi. Because going forward, if Ruto loses, Ruto becomes an opposition leader, and that means he'll be paid, he'll have numbers. If Ruto loses, Musalia Mudavadi does not get anything, because even the Political Parties Act that gives mandate to parties to get the funding, I think the funding might not come his way as expected, because there is no Kenya Kwanza party. I do not think Ruto will agree to the sharing of that fund, similar to what ODM did. So I think for the second time, ANC will lose. And this time round, ANC is going to lose big time, because even some of these candidates that are vying in the perceived strongholds of ANC might triumph over ANC candidates, because ANC candidates are weak, and UDA has invested in their candidates' campaign heavily to an extent that that, like for example, like what I've said about Vihiga and Mudavadi going there to cry over UDA's proper dominance in his own backyard, until Mudavadi tells the people not to vote for UDA, that it will be an embarrassment for him. You see, those are the indications that all is not going to be well for ANC going forward. And I still like to follow up on this story after election, because if Ruto loses, we'd like to know what will happen to Mudavadi and Wetangula perhaps. But the question is, if Wetangula loses the senatorial position, then I think Wetangula will have been doomed completely. Same to Musalia Mudavadi, doomed completely. The biggest winners will be DAPK, because DAPK is now the facto the party that is threatening to have the whole of Western as its own stronghold. Now, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to wind up there. But as we wind up, please take a moment and subscribe to our channel if you'd forgotten. And you can also hit the notification bell so that every time we upload a video, you become the first person to get notified. And until you meet again, I'd like to say, stay safe and be blessed. And please make sure you don't find yourself in any grouping that will be contrary to the laws of Kenya going forward, so that you become safe throughout the week. Bye-bye.